So starting off on assignment day 3, we're going to first just go through some vocabulary terms. And all of these vocabulary terms should be on the lesson page that you just went over. The first thing we're going to talk about is mean and what goes in these blanks. You should have said that mean, you add up all of your numbers and then you divide by the total number of data points. What's another word for median? Middle. What's another word for mode? Most. How do you find range? Any noise that you hear is my cat. You take the greatest value and you subtract it from the smallest value. Okay. The first question says, the circle graph shows the results of a survey of 250 students that were asked how they get to school. How many of the students surveyed ride the bus? Well, the first thing we're going to look at is this. First of all, I see a blank for skateboard. In order to solve for blanks, the first thing you have to remember is that all circle graphs add to equal 100%. So I'm going to take all of the numbers that I know and I'm going to add them together to figure out the missing numbers. So I have 15 plus 20 plus 22 plus 35. 5 plus 2 is 7, and then 7 plus 5 is 12. So I write down a 2, carry my 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 plus 2 is 4. 4 plus 2 is 6, and 6 plus 3 is 9. So I know that 92%, I know of 92% of my circle graph, which means that my skateboard gives me that final boost that I need to get to 100. So how many people ride a skateboard, or what percent of people ride a skateboard? That would be 8% of people ride a skateboard to get to that 100. Or you could do 100 minus 92 to get 8. Now, it wants to know how many people ride the bus, so we kind of just did that right there as a practice. Now, if you take a look at bus, we know that 20% of people ride the bus. Well, what do you do whenever you see a percent? You set up a proportion. In this case, nothing changed, so I have a part over whole equals percent over 100. I don't know what my part is. I don't know how many students rode the bus, so I'm going to put X there. I do know my whole, that would be the total number of students, which is 250. And then I do know my percent, which is the number of kids that rode the bus, which is 20. Remember to solve a proportion, well, actually I'm going to set this up as a better proportion, sorry. So I have X over 250 equals 20 over 100. To solve a proportion, we cross multiply. So I'm going to do 250 times 20 is what we're going to start with. 25 times 2 gives me 50. And then I have 1 0 here and 1 0 here. So I'll tack on another 2 zeros. And then I have 100 times x, which gives me 100x. Divide both sides by 100. These zeros cross out, and that leaves me with 50 divided by 1, which is 50. So 50 students ride the bus. Next, we're working with this right here, and I'm so sorry, I don't know why this is scribbled out. We're working with this right here where it says to find the mean, the median, and the mode of the data. Now, remember, for mean, we take all of our values, and we add them up together, and we divide by the total number of data points. So the first thing I need to do is I need to figure out which each of these is worth. So what is this right here? This is 68. What's this right here? 70.